So I've been watching and catching up on Kijin Gentosho, and just from the first episode, it was able to grab my attention and had me invested in the story. The hour-long first episode was able to introduce the characters of Jinta, Shirayuki, and Suzune. And while watching the first episode, I expected that these three characters would be the main focus throughout the show. Well, I was wrong, and the end of the episode really gave us certain expectations for what the rest of the series would be like. So that's why I was really surprised when the next episode and the rest of the episodes after all had a genre shift, as if it was a totally different show altogether, only with the same character being Jinta. So to explain with some spoilers if you haven't watched, the first episode gives us context that Jinta and his younger sister, Suzune, who is somehow a demon, ran away from home because of the abuse that their father was dealing out on Suzune. They were then adopted into a family of the man who found them, and this man was the village sentinel who had a daughter named Shirayuki, who was said to be the next shrine maiden after her mother. So as the episode continues and as time passes, eventually we see Jinta become the next sentinel as he protects Shirayuki as she serves as the shrine maiden. Jinta is then tasked to hunt demons that threaten the peace, and eventually we see two demons who we never learn the names of, one female who had the power of foresight and one male who could assimilate and gain the abilities of others. We then learn that the female demon used her powers and looked 170 years into the future and learns that demons will not be able to survive and keep up with the times as humans continue to innovate and drive the demons back, and eventually the demons will only be remembered as myth. This is why they then target Suzune, who they believe, after she viewed the future, is the demon god who will be able to lead the demons and assure their survival and future. As the episode continues, and we watch as Jinta is tasked to hunt down the two demons, we watch as he is in battle with the male demon, while the female demon infiltrates the village and brings Suzune to the shrine when she watches as Shirayuki and the village chief's son almost get intimate together. So, for some context, the village chief is worried about the safety of Shirayuki because the demons are hunting the shrine maiden down and intends to kill her. So if that ever happens, he wants to be able to ensure that the bloodline of the shrine maiden is secured, which means that she has to have a child, which is why he wants his son to marry her. But throughout the episode, we know that both Shirayuki and Jinta have feelings for each other. And even Suzune knows this and suppresses her own feelings as she makes herself remain as a little girl to stay as Jinta's little sister for Jinta to ensure that he would be happy with Shirayuki. But when Suzune sees Shirayuki and the village chief's son together, she sees it as her betraying Jinta, which angers her, and she fully embraces her demon self as she reveals and shows her adult form and attacks Shirayuki. Also at this moment, we see the female demon with foresight kidnap the village chief's son, but we never learn what she does to him or for what reason she took him. After that, so many things happen which lead to Jinta gaining the power to assimilate abilities and even become a demon from the male demon which he fought and eventually defeated. He then managed to return to the village, but watches as Suzune kills Shirayuki as she is in his arms. They then fight, and Suzune manages to escape because the female demon takes the hit for her. And as the episode concludes with Jinta leaving the village with a vow to eventually hunt down Suzune and defeat her, or find some way to resolve and avenge Shirayuki, we then see a scene 170 years into the future, which is stated to be 2009, where Jinta is in a Japanese school uniform, walk up to a shrine, leading me to believe that the rest of the show will take place in the time period of 2009, where Jinta will face demons and eventually meet Suzune again. But then we seem to have an almost total genre shift, as the rest of the episodes are all more of a mystery and detective style story, where Jinta is still in the past as he helps solve the issues of several villagers as he defeats demons, which is nowhere to what I expected after watching the first episode. So now the show seems to be more focused on Jinta as he tries to find a purpose and reason as to why he hunts down demons and why he still wields the sword. Honestly, I'm really enjoying the way the current story is going, as it is more character focused and how they are affected by the problems that arises due to the demons. We even have episodes where we see good demons as they try to live amongst humans, and one where the demon helps protect a baby while also tries to find someone to find and protect the baby, which is now how Jinta eventually finds the baby and raises her as his own daughter. The story really shifted my expectations, and I'm really enjoying the story right now, especially the current few episodes where we see Jinta's growth and who he eventually becomes, with multiple scenes of him in the future as he pretends to be a high school student and also even interacts with other demons while living normal lives among humans in the modern day. So that's all I wanted to share today about what I expected and what it eventually became for the show. I do recommend it, but only if you like slower paced stories, and don't be misled by the first episode of what it sets up and the expectations that it gives, because the rest of the story is different. So I'll leave you guys here, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.